and maintaining a home. And as a participant of the program, the fee is covered by the town. So, spread the word, let everyone know that this service is available and that the town will cover the cost of the fee. And at this time, I am very excited to introduce Tammy and Tiffany from DHIC. The floor is now yours.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having us tonight to share some of our information that we do here at DHIC. Most of our clientele comes by word of mouth, so we hope we can get the word out tonight so that anybody who needs our services will know how to get in touch with us and we can help them in any way that we can. So Tiffany is going to do the first few slides because she's just so good at it. And so could we please, could we share our slides with you? So I think you have to give us access.
Antoine, are you all able to do that?
I can try to see if I can give them permissions from my end, but I think if you're the host, you might have to do that.
Okay, yeah, Anjanae.
Yes. Are you guys don't see the green share screen button in your menu there?
I thought that they had to give me something.
No, you should be
Okay,
able
well,
to
hold
share
on
your
a second
screen.
then. I got it. So Tiffany, can you see that?
We can see it, Tammy.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tiffany, are you good? Hmm? Oh, okay.
Hello, everyone. Caught me off guard because I didn't know I had to do this part. TNT, that's what they call us. So about DHIC, our mission is to support individuals and families and seniors by providing homes and opportunities to promote financial, physical, mental well-being to people and the community. Our goal or our vision is housing ecosystem that provides and promotes equity, generational wealth, health, wellness for the communities in which we work and live. We are a nonprofit organization. We were founded in 1974. We currently have 15 volunteer board members. We're a charter member of NeighborWorks America. And we have had some development accomplishments, winning accomplishments for some of our properties that we have developed. So we currently have 46 rental communities throughout 9 counties, which totals about 3,112 total units and over 4,200 residents. And then we have 9 projects that are currently under development. 4 lines of business: real estate development, resident services, asset management, and of course, the homeownership center. Our rental communities serve a lot of individuals and families, seniors and families as a whole. As you can see, we have several communities seniors, we have over 1,800, children over 1,100. And we have also supportive housing, and we have 75 persons in our supportive housing. So we have approximately 350 people a year through our workshops and one-on-one counseling. And as of 2022, there were 37 families that purchased during the pandemic year of 2022. Partnerships, we are a partner, we are a HUD certified agency. So that's the Department of Housing and Urban Development, Housing Partnership Network, National Industry Standards, and we're a chartered member of NeighborWorks America. This is our home ownership center, where we are currently now still working, just busy little bees. Consists of our VP of the Homeownership Center, Ms. Sheila Porter. She's also on the call today. Luz Savoca is our lending manager. All of our housing counselors are certified through HUD. Tammy Simmons, who you will hear from shortly. She's also a counseling coordinator and does our outreach. Isaac Reyes, he is also our bilingual counselor. Myself, the senior administrative coordinator, Jackie Savaldi, the loan processor, and she's also an administrative assistant. These are our fees normally. Our homebuyer education workshops, we hold those monthly. There's no cost for the class itself, but we do have a $20 material fee if you're interested in purchasing the materials. We have our online education, which is through eHome America, which is a cost of $99, just self-paced. Our individual counseling sessions, that is a $50 fee, but the town is covering your cost, and that includes your credit counseling, doing a budget with you, down payment assistance information, we also offer post-purchase counseling to clients, previous clients. We usually contact them a year after their purchase, see how they're doing, follow up with them, if they need anything from us. And that is of no cost unless you are a new post-purchase client, which means you're a homeowner and you're seeking services. Foreclosure, there's no cost for foreclosure ever. And now Tammy is gonna take over.
Thank you, Tiffany. I really appreciate you. I love it when we tag team. So the rest of the meeting is going to be consisted of us going over some of our services and just break it down just a little bit for you. So when you think of financial capability, it's called many things: financial capability, financial empowerment, financial wealth. But what we do in this process is we provide clients with comprehensive credit and budgeting counseling and education. That's basically what we're doing in this process. So we have some clients who come in and they're not quite ready to purchase a home, or maybe they don't want to purchase a home at all. They just need assistance with managing their money better, how to save. So we give them some little tidbits on how they can do that. So when you see this picture right here with all the money, what do you think about? What does it look like to you?
Like interaction.
Yeah, we do. I'm sorry, I should have told you that.
Look like money just raining out the sky.
I know, right?
I think about
So-
generational wealth.
Yeah, you can look at it that way as well. That's right. So the next slide we're gonna get to. We show this slide right here just to get you, pumped up, motivated. It's like, what's next? What's next? Are they gonna give me some money? Just you hold on. Just hold on. So spending. We call this, some people call it a budget. Some people call it a spending plan. So why do we need a spending plan? We need a spending plan to prepare for large expenses like when that refrigerator breaks down or when that car causes you problems and you can't get to work, you got to get it fixed. Those are large unexpected expenses that having a spending plan or a budget that helps you with that. It encourages savings. It identifies wasteful spending. You also accomplish goals by having a spending plan because you set goals for yourself. That's why we need a spending plan or a budget, whichever you prefer to call it. When you use the word budget, that turns people off. So if you want to call it a spending plan, that's absolutely okay with me. So here we talk about comparison of renting versus buying. The reason we like to put this out here because our clients who are transitioning from renting into homeowning, they need to know what that difference how it might impact them. But 3 or 4 years ago, it was a major difference because back then rent was probably like $900 a month, $1,000, $1,100 a month. But from talking to clients today, there are rent payments of anywhere from $1,600, $1,700, $1,800, $1,900. So not much difference from actually having a mortgage payment. Sometimes it's even higher. It just depends. But when we talk about renting, the flexibility to move around, that's what you do when you rent. Not responsible for your own repairs, not responsible for your lawn care. But when you get into buying, it gives you stability. You get a tax benefit. It creates wealth through home ownership, market value and appreciation, equity. That's what renting and buying, that's why we put this up here. When you rent, you don't get as much as when you buy. Okay? So, are you ready for home ownership? First of all, you start with a vision. You examine your goals, you create a plan, you put the plan into action. It's just that simple. So, this is your team. You start with a counselor, such as myself. You will have a real estate agent, you will have a lender, closing attorney, home inspector, an appraiser, and an insurance agent. The homeownership counselor, myself and my colleagues, what we do is we prepare you. We prepare you from beginning to end. We are sometimes in the background and we sometimes have to be out front to assist you, but we are always here to help with your process. Your real estate agent is that person that's going to go out and look for that house, that magical moment that you get when you walk inside and you say, this is the one right here. This is the one I want to purchase. And then you have a lender, a team of people who will help you with your paperwork for putting your application in. You're going to have a closing attorney, home inspector, very important. You want to always get your home inspected. You're going to have that appraiser and that insurance agent. You can't buy that house without insurance. So here are the steps. So after you come and see a counselor and we consider you to be mortgage ready and it's time to go get pre-qualified, you select a lender of your choice from our preferred lenders list and you get pre-qualified. Then you begin the house hunting with that realtor that I mentioned. Once you find that, then you inspect that home, you make an offer, you apply for a mortgage, you get a professional inspection, close the loan, and you move in. I wish it was that quick, but it's not a quick process. It's a tedious process, but it's all worth it at the end. Trust and believe me, it is most definitely worth it. So let's talk about the 4 C's of home buying. So you know you have your collateral, you have your capital, you have your capacity, and your credit. So your collateral is going to be the home, your capital is that money that you have, and your capacity, and then you have your credit. So when you're dealing with down payment assistance, there's a certain credit score that is required in order to even use those down payment programs. And we'll talk about that in a few slides. So ratios. So the ratios that they use for the down payment assistance is 32%, and that's going to cover your front end ratio. Your housing ratio is what they refer to it as. And then your back end ratio, which is nothing more than your debt to income ratio. What they do here is they calculate your gross income. They always operate off of gross income, and they let you know what your housing ratio is. That's your maximum amount of a house payment. And then we talk about your debt to income ratio. That's your back end. And what this is basically all things that you can afford. So when I say that, I mean that would include your debt and your mortgage payment. That's what the 45% does. So these are the credit bureaus that we use to pull credit reports: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. We normally do a soft pull. Well, we always do a soft pull, and it's a merged credit in file report.
Amy, before you go to the next slide, does anybody have an idea of where you think your credit score needs to be to purchase? Listening, I can't hear anything. Body, take a
I would,
guess.
I would think at least at
675.
640 and over.
Hilda, have you heard our presentation before?
You know what? I do, but I'm just listening at like the market and what's going on now, and just checking my own credit and those type of things. It's just, and I have, but this was like what, about four years or so ago.
You're correct.
And, so a
You're
lot of it,
absolutely
I don't
correct.
remember.
And whoever says 675, the higher your score, the better. For down payment assistance, it will be a 640. That's the goal until that changes. One time it used to be 620. Then they increased it to 640. So
So you're right. The credit score goal for purchasing a home is 640. Now, if you're not at a 640, don't fret, because we can get you there. So I want you to don't be discouraged. If you're going to be anything, I want you to be encouraged. So if your credit score is a 600, no problem. Come and see us, and we will work with you to get you where you need to be. Not a problem. Understanding credit reports and scoring. Consumers can request a copy of the credit report as permitted by the Fair and Accurate Credit Transactions Act, or FACTA. So it is very important that everyone, I don't care if you have a credit score of 850, you should still pull your credit report at least once a year, just to make sure that there's nothing going on with it that you are not aware of. Because it only takes one stroke of the key for you to lose your identity. If that has ever happened to anyone, you know how hard it is to get your identity back. So that's why it's important that you check this credit report, at least once a year at a minimum. So consumers beware. Beware of companies promising to clean up your credit. Don't be fooled by it. They make all these promises and they cannot deliver, at least not long term. So please be mindful of that when you see these infomercials about, I can fix your credit for you. It's not going to cost you but $50. Just beware of that. So let's talk about some of the home buyer assistance programs. So we partner with the city of Raleigh. We partner with Wake County. We also have lender partners who can get funding through Federal Home Loan Bank. We do partner with the North Carolina Housing Finance Agency. All programs are subject to available funds and qualifying. We thought we would put this little nugget in here for you, just so that you know what the income amounts are, and these are household income. So let me explain that a little bit farther. Now that we are moving forward, trying to get through this pandemic because COVID is still on the rise, but we just want you to be aware of, like, for Wake, Johnson, and Franklin counties, if you're a one-person household, your household income cannot exceed $63,500. Let's say that you're an individual and your parent lives with you, or your parents live with you, and they're receiving Social Security income. That Social Security income has to be counted. They don't have to go on the loan, but because they're in that household and they receive income, we have to count that income. And sometimes that does put you over the 80% AMI. So these are the numbers right here for these counties. One good thing about the North Carolina Housing Finance Agency, it is accepted. You can use that anywhere in North Carolina. But when you move around from county to county, these numbers change. Okay. Foreclosure prevention services. This is us assisting homeowners who are at risk of losing their homes and helping them find alternatives to foreclosure. So this is always a hard counseling session to have, because you never know what the client is going through or what caused them to fall delinquent. So you have to be sensitive to this. And sometimes clients realize at that meeting that they just can't afford to live in this house anymore. It's sad, but it's true. So, but this is what we do here. We help the clients. We become the liaison between our clients and their servicer, because I see so many people that, they may come in with a bag full of mail that they have not opened in over a month, and there's no telling what's in it. So those are the things that we help our clients with to help prevent foreclosure. We reach out to the servicer for them, find out what their options are, just to make sure that we're all on the same path and what they need to do in order to try and save their home. And if we have to have a different conversation, then we have to do that too. So let's talk a little bit about post-purchase counseling. So with this, what we do is we review, and counseling is provided to former DHIC clients who have become homeowners, as well as homeowners who have never used DHIC services. It's tailored to the needs of each client. Services can include credit review, budget counseling, review of current first mortgage and or subordinate financing and payment status, estimate of equity based on tax value and interest rate comparisons. Guidance is provided on the need for a real estate broker, home inspector, appraiser, or lender if applicable to the client's inquiry. So it's a $50 fee for new clients, no charge for clients who use DHIC services to purchase their home. So in other words, if there's anybody who has had our services before, and let's just say all of a sudden the interest rates drop and they want to refinance, they can come back and get assistance through us for that services. That's something we will help them with. Homeowners beware. So this is basically what Antoine was talking about earlier about the Northeast community, where you may have people knocking on your doors, looking to purchase your home. I want you to be aware of unsolicited offers. Someone may be trying to buy your house for less than what it is worth. Be careful. It takes careful planning and time to decide if you want to sell your home and to get the best deal. Do not rush into the decision. Protect yourself. Get information and advice from trustworthy sources or experts, usually from someone who does not want to buy your home. If you have a mortgage, you need to know what happens with your loan if you sell your home or the buyer offers to assume the loan. What to consider if you are thinking about selling your home. So if you're thinking about selling your home, you want to ask yourself questions like, where will you live if you sell it? What is the current value of your home? How will selling your home impact, your benefits or something that you may already be receiving? So these are all the things that you need to be aware of if you are a homeowner and you are approached. So, and these are the things that you need to consider of thinking about selling your home. So, okay. So we have finished our slideshow, but I want to open the floor up for questions. If some of this information that you heard tonight sparked some questions, please, we are ready for questions. Let's not all speak at one time. It's got to be something you guys want to know.
Yes, I came in on the meeting a little late.
Mhm.
I want to know, will I be able to, is there a way that I can go back and hear the information?
So this was recorded. So I think you probably can speak with Miss Tilda. Is that right, Miss Tilda? You're muted.
Yes, Aunt Janae will have that information where she will get it out to anyone that would like to get the recording. Aunt Teresa, we will get that to you.
Yes,
And anyone else.
I'm sorry, we'll upload it to the YouTube channel and then send it out via email to everyone. So if you're not already on our email list, please put your email address in the box.
Okay.
So
I apologize. I thought the meeting started at 7. I didn't realize it started at 6:30. I do apologize.
no worries at all. No worries at all. If there's something else that you would like me to go back over briefly, I'll be happy to do that. There's a question, so the AMI limit, is that the eligibility required to get into the program? No, it is not. That's not the requirement to get into the program. And I like explaining this. So there is no eligibility to come to the DHIC program. So that 80% AMI says that if you want to utilize down payment assistance, your household income cannot exceed the 80%. But there is no requiring factors to determine whether you can come into the program. Everybody's welcome because like I said before, you may not want to buy a home. You may just want help with your credit, or you may just want to know how to budget better. So there is no eligibility requirement to come into the DHIC program. That 80% AMI is strictly a number that is used to determine your eligibility for down payment assistance. I hope that's clear. Any other questions?
Yes,
Hello,
Tam.
Tammy.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Tammy,
Yes.
I'm Officer May. I'm one of the community resource officers in Wake Forest.
Yes,
I
sir.
grew up here. I've been here for 24 years as an officer, and I think this program is amazing.
Thank you. We like to
Absolutely,
think so.
absolutely amazing, because we got into a situation years ago with Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac,
Mhm.
where people were borrowing on houses that the banks knew they couldn't afford. I think it was hurting them. this is
predatory
much
lending.
more responsible. I like it. I really do.
Thank you so
I
much.
just
We
want to
really
give you a
appreciate it.
kudos for this. I'm glad to be
Thank
part of
you.
the meeting tonight. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Any other questions or
Yes, ma'am.
comments?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for taking the time to give us this information tonight. I think Mr. Antoine gave his contact information somewhere near the beginning and we missed it. Is there any way to
Okay.
get that again?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me see if I can. Yep, he just put it back in the chat box.
Hey, I got it. Yep.
Thank you.
I would like to ask about the question about the credit. And I'd like to say thank you too for taking the time out because it is a wonderful program.
Thank you so much.
I would want you to help me with credit, and I want to be able to buy a house.
Oh, that is so wonderful. And we are here to help. So the next slide that comes up is going to have Tiffany's information, how you can reach out to her to become one of our clients.
Okay.
We are looking so forward to helping anyone who wants to move forward with home ownership or just how to fix their credit, because a lot of times when you fix your credit, you want to do something with it because it is sparkling at this time and you just want to use it and do something with it. So yeah, the next slide, which is right here, you can take this information right here and reach out to Tiffany and she'll tell you how you can get started with the program.
Okay. All right. Thank you so very much.
Oh, you are so welcome. Anyone else? Because I do notice that that number of participants went up as we were going through the slideshow. Anyone else with questions?
Well, not just a question, but just a general comment. I came in later. I was listening on the telephone. Wasn't able, it was asking for a password and there was no password. So there was difficulty getting in.
Okay.
And you said, I did put my email in the chat. So
For the recording?
Yes.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Miss Tilda said that they will be sending that out.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So with it,
It's me, I guess it's Laverne again. You said that we could do our credit report, the 3 credit agencies. I can remember if you had the numbers. How do we do that? Is there a website we go to for all 3 to get all 3 of the to get credit reports from all 3 of the
Do you see the slideshow? Do you see the slide that I have up there right now?
Oh, okay, then right there. Okay.
So if you go to annualcreditreport.com, you can go in here and get your credit report. You would have to pay extra if you're looking to get a score. But this right here is free just to report. But the scores will cost you additional.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. And if you want to reach directly out to the bureaus, here's the information right here.
Can I make a comment, Ms. Tammy?
Absolutely.
The Credit Karma and some of these credit monitoring, they're not very accurate, I don't think. And I think whenever I take a fraud report, the first thing I give the victims are these 3 phone numbers. And
the
also
ones that are up here?
Yes, ma'am. And also to let them know about the annual credit report that they can get for free. I bought a house in March, and what they told me my credit score was in Credit Karma and what they actually pulled up were totally different.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So if anybody's using those Credit Karmas and so forth, don't let that be the one that you go with. Call these 3 for sure.
You're absolutely correct, Officer May. When I teach the credit class during our home buyer education, I let clients know that Credit Karma should only be used for informational purposes, it's not the Holy Bible when it comes to your credit score, by no means, because they're only giving you 2. And Credit Karma uses Vantage score, which
That's
is
correct.
different from the FICO score. So I could go on and on talking about credit because I have a passion for it. So, but you're absolutely correct. This is the information. Go to annualcreditreport.com to pull your
Right.
credit report. Pay that $30 that extra if you want to actually see your score, or you can just come to to counseling, and we pull a credit report for you because that's included in your fee that you pay.
Right.
So, and we go over it with you with a fine-tooth comb. So we point out things to you. We give you tidbits so that you can correct things. We help you correct things if it's just a matter of sending out a letter. So we will definitely help anybody who is seeking to get credit assistance to help clean up their credit.
It's a great program.
It is.
Thank you.
It is.
And there was a question in the chat, Miss Julia. It doesn't matter where you live, we will assist you. And you don't have to be in Wake County. You can be in Franklin County, you can be in Johnson County, you can be in Nash County. We don't dictate where you purchase your house. You
Right.
purchase where you want to live and where you're able to afford. So we don't dictate where you live.
Exactly right. We don't. You go live wherever your finances will take you. We just help prep you and get you ready for that. We educate you.
So what would be the process? We will contact you all, and so what's the turnaround time, the amount of time we will contact you, and what would happen next?
So when you say turnaround time, do you mean turnaround time to see a counselor or turnaround time to purchase?
To see a counselor.
Oh, well, right now seems to be a good time to see a counselor because back in the early part of the summer, we was being bombarded with people trying to purchase. But Tiffany can probably can speak to that, how long it may take.
So once you contact me, I'll send you out a packet of information. Once I have received that documentation back and all the items on the documentation checklist that apply to you, I'll contact you back and get you scheduled to speak with an advisor. Right now, we're looking at a 2-week turnaround time. It may be sooner. There are times when a cancellation happens. I may pick up the phone and call you and say, can you meet the next day, or within that week? It's just depending upon your flexibility. Our appointments are scheduled Monday through Friday, between 9 and 4 o'clock, depending on the day. Our advisors do take later appointments, not 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, but do have some availability.
Okay, thank you.
So are you all excited? Because when we was talking to Antoine was so excited about what we were doing. And I just want to know if you're excited about what DHIC can offer.
Yes, I'm excited from what I heard so far. Do you have the passcode? I was trying to get into Zoom so I could put my email information in because I had to call in because the passcode didn't work.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have to use a 0 and not an O because some people think that it's kept the GUS O B2, but it's 0 B2, and that's where a lot of the problems can come in at.
So, Miss Julia, just so you know, yeah, we are a word of mouth organization. We don't do advertising. So yeah, we're a little sweet cookie in the middle of some ice cream, just saying, surprise, here we are. So we are here locally. All of the appointments are currently done online. through Teams or Zoom, or you can do them by phone. The only thing by phone is you would not be able to see your credit report. And by law, we are not able to release a copy of your credit report, but we are able to give you the information off of your credit report.
Any other questions?
I have a question for Antoine, just so, excuse me, the ones that are on will know. I know he mentioned that the town planning department will sponsor so many. So Antoine, could you give that number, please? On how many you all will sponsor?
For right now, we can sponsor up to 20 individuals with the waive $50 fee. Now, what I'm hoping is that we get a overwhelming response to tonight's meeting, and the word goes out, and everyone's excited about the services that's being provided, and that I get bombarded with emails requesting more slots. That way, I can talk to my superiors and ask them for more money to support more individuals, because this is a great opportunity
Yes.
to help individuals get into a position where they could purchase a home, they could fix their credit. I mean, just fixing your credit alone is a big deal, especially in today's economy where your credit holds a lot of leverage and purchasing power. So 20 individuals, feel free to contact me or Tiffany. Bombard us if you have to. I'm sorry, Tiffany, but we really want this program to work, and so we can support as many people as we can.
That's great.
Thank you,
Are there any
Officer
other-
May.
Yeah,
good
Officer
evening.
May, if you could hold
Yes,
on
ma'am. You
just
all have a
few
great
more-
night.
Oh,
Officer May,
You want to ask them
Officer
something?
May?
I haven't left. Yes,
Okay. Yes, we just wanted to give you to give us an update quickly, before you leave, because we know things have been happening over here in the Northeast community and, the Total Wake Forest. If you could give us a quick update on how things are right now.
I'm sorry that I don't have an entire printout, I guess you would say, of the statistics in the last few months, but because I don't answer calls anymore as a
Okay.
community resource officer, I know that we have had some activity. We had a stabbing that has been already cleared in terms of who the suspect was. Suspect was arrested. And there was a shooting that involved a juvenile that is being actively investigated, and there's not much I can say about it. But for the most part, we haven't really had a very active summer. And I've been here 24 years. We've had busier times than we have had this year. But
That's great.
if there's any specific stats that I can get in that area, I will do that.
So I
Okay.
do have a question for anyone who's on the call tonight from the Northeastern community. Have you been approached by anyone about your homes?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Okay.
I get phone calls all the time. If not
Okay.
phone calls, it's through the mail.
Mhm.
People are asking to purchase my house.
Are you feeling pressured? Has anyone in person knocked on your door?
No, not that I can. If I were, by me being at home, I don't recall anyone knocking on my door, but I get a lot of phone calls
Okay. Okay.
and email.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, we are here to help, and we can help with that process and at least give you some information on what you can do going forward. Please, please don't anyone just sign up for anything, don't sign anything. Ask someone else. Any other questions? Antoine, did I cover everything you wanted me to cover tonight?
Yes, ma'am, you did. You did a great job, you and
Okay.
Tiffany. So I really appreciate you guys joining the call and
Sure. Happy
doing
to
this
help
presentation.
because, like we stated, this is how we get our business by word of mouth, by just doing outreach events just like this one, and by somebody on this call tonight telling someone else about what they heard.
Absolutely,
Great.
absolutely.
On to add a side note, if you guys call me and I don't answer, leave me a message. I will call you back. Because it's going to be so many of y'all bombarding me with calls, and I'm just not going to be able to answer all of them at one time because y'all are so excited about your credit and housing, right? Yay!
Hey, you all are great people. I'm just so glad that we are connected with you all. We're just thankful for Antoine, and his department, and Brad, setting this up, and Tammy and Tiffany for responding. And we hope that you all get people to sign up with you all, and where a difference will be made in their lives.
That's what we're here for. Looking forward to helping anyone that we can. And we're just a phone call or email away, and Antoine knows how to reach the both of us. So
Good evening again, Tiffany, Tammy, Antoine. My name is Diane. I have came to the meetings over in Wake Forest with Laverne, and I enjoyed the meetings. And I also want to thank y'all for this program. I am very excited. So Tiffany, you can be looking for a phone call from me tomorrow. I'm gonna start bombarding you tomorrow. I am excited about getting. Yeah.
the sooner the
What time
better.
do you open up? What time do you open? So I can be on the phone with when the opening time. I start before opening time. So I am very excited. I mean, it's a wonderful program, and I appreciate y'all doing this for the county. I thank you so much for this. Will these meetings always be on Zoom, or will you be at the building again?
Are you talking to
Yeah, I want to know.
Tammy?
Yeah, I'm talking to Tammy or either you,
okay.
Tiffany. You know about you always. I've been Tilda. You always know about what's going on. So because Laverne she bring me stuff. She email me stuff. She my secretary, so she keeps me involved. With everything. Yeah, and I want to know it's always gonna be on Zoom, or are we gonna come to the building again?
Yeah, next
So,
month we will
okay.
we will be in person at AMC next month.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
And with the DHIC, Tammy and Tiffany can answer that question.
so
Yeah,
we have not done any in-person outreach lately, but we're not opposed to it. So we would just need ample time to prepare for it. And we would also like to know how many people you're expecting to show up. Because as I stated earlier, COVID is on the rise and this works for us. But if we need to show up somewhere in person, we can probably make arrangements to do that.
Okay. All right. My question. Thank you so very much. Yeah.
You're
Thank
welcome.
y'all.
So, Antoine, is there anything else you would like for us to do tonight while we're still on?
No, not at all. You guys did a wonderful job. I would like to acknowledge Commissioner Shackelford. He's on the call tonight. really appreciate you being here, sir.
Yes.
Your presence is felt. I saw your name. I got excited. So I appreciate you for joining the call.
I'm
Yes.
glad I finally planned appropriately. So no, thank y'all.
Hey,
Thank you.
that picture of all that money, that was Keith's.
Ah,
Oh, God.
let me go back to work with that one.
That's us trying to keep money in your pocket.
Yeah, but Tammy and Tiffany, thank you. That's all I have, unless Tilda has something for you guys. But that's it for me. I really appreciate you guys.
All right.
Yes,
Well,
thank you again.
DHIC would like to thank each and every one of you for inviting us and having us on your platform tonight. And we are looking forward to the partnership. So bombard us.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Y'all
for
have a
coming.
good evening.
Thank you, you all too. And at this time, and thank you, Antoine. Thank you, Brad, for the work that you all do.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Tiffany, you never told me what time y'all open up.
She comes in with the
Well,
chickens.
I do. I come in with chickens. I'm usually in the office by 7:15. So 7:15, 7:30. If you up, I'm up. But I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
like to start
I'm
calling
up.
people until about 8 o'clock, just being respectful of people's time. But anytime after 8 o'clock, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, well, I'll be calling you at 8 o'clock. 8:01.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for your
I'll call
call.
you at 8:01, Tiffany.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, at this time, we would like to hear from James Triplet with the Recreation Department, Town of Wake Forest. James?
Yep. Hold on, I'm here.
Okay.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good evening, everybody. Antoine and team, thank you so much for that. All the great stuff you're doing. I know it will greatly be appreciated. So kudos to you and your department. Wanted to just talk real quick. I've got some things coming up at the community center over at Austin Massenburg that we're really excited about. Just a reminder from last month, on Tuesdays from 1 to 3, we are actually having what we call adult open cards and games. So it's an opportunity for members in the community or outside the community to come together. It's for our active, what I call active adults, so 55 plus, to come and fellowship, hang out. We can play card games. I had a group of ladies who want to come once a month contact me this week, and they want to play bunco once a month during that time. So we can do bingo, we can play card games if you have a board game that you like to play, or if you just want to come somewhere to have some social time with your friends. 1 to 3 on Tuesdays. I do need to get you registered for that program. You can do that online, or if you want to come to the community center, I can actually help you set up your account, get registered for the program, and you can play. So just want to bring that up. One of the big things that we are going to be bringing for the youth and teens in our community is going to begin on October 23rd. What we're going to do is on Monday nights from 6 p.m. to 7, we're going to have a program that focuses on homework and reading enhancement. I'm working with a group of ladies from the Wake Forest Women's Club who are going to help volunteer. And I'm also accepting others who want to volunteer to help with that. Again, there is a registration process, but people can come to the center, but we are going to start offering a homework and reading enhancement program just to kind of help those who may need some additional help with their homework or just a quiet place to read for 30 minutes that most of our schools do require. So if you are interested in volunteering, reach out to me at the community center. And we're excited about that. I will be having a volunteer meeting on October 16th at 5:30, right before the NECC meeting there next month. So if you are interested or if you want a little more information, or if you know somebody that may, this program may benefit, please reach out to me or have them. I will be reaching out to some of the local schools, talking with guidance counselors and all that, to also help get that information so we can help those who need help. This will be for elementary, middle, and high school. If anybody needs help or a quiet place to do their work, this will be an opportunity for them. So we are excited about that. I'll make another announcement next month. And then my last thing that we have getting ready to start up is the Warm Your Hearts for Coats program that we did last year, where on November 18th, we will be handing, if anyone needs a jacket, a winter jacket, they will be able to come from 10 to 12 and pick up a jacket at the community center. You'll see more coming out. I do have some stuff with our communications department and the work to get the announcement out as well. We will be collecting jackets at 3 of our locations, AMC or Austin Massenburg Center being one. So just 3 things that we've got coming up. If you're ever over by the center, please stop in and say hello. We are back to our seasonal hours where our building is closed on Sundays. And if you haven't been to the spray ground, this is the last week. It will be closing down on the 24th. So stop by, introduce yourself. I'd love to have a sit down and talk and see what we can. I want to get input from you guys of what we want in the community at the center and all that. So that's all I got.
Thank you, James.
You're welcome.
Anyone have any questions for James? If not, we would like to hear from our other partners that's on tonight. If you would like to give us updates.
Hey, Miss Tilda, it's Rachel from Rotary.
Hi, Rachel.
So I'm actually on both the Rotary meeting call and your call right now. I just overheard them in Rotary say that, yes, they would love to do a social on the 16th. It's looking like we'd still like to do that. We were also thinking of doing, one of our members was contacted by this organization that makes holiday cards for veterans. So we thought it would be fun if we kind of combined a social potluck and service project that night on October 16th. So I'll get in touch with you and we'll get together about that. You know, it was really popular last time. We were kind of packed into that church. So we'll talk about, you know, maybe if there's somewhere else we want to meet, because I certainly want to make sure that, you know, we've got another good group. But it looks like that's going to happen for next month. So we'll stay in touch about that and get people excited about getting together again.
Yes, we look forward to that. We had a great time. Yes, it was a little tight. This next month, we will be at the Austin Massenburg Center on our regular meeting night.
Oh, great.
Look forward to that.
Wonderful.
Anyone else? Are there any questions that you have concerning not only what you heard tonight, but anything else that you would, you know, have concerns about? And you can pull the video up on YouTube. Aunt Jeanette can tell you when that will be ready. If she's still on. Aunt Jeanette?
Yes, I'm on. I'll get it uploaded by tomorrow and I'll send the email out as well.
Okay, we know you have been, you know, very busy, you know, with family situations. So, you know, anytime this week, Aunt Janae, we don't want you to feel pressured. So anytime this week when you can get to it, just send it out. We would appreciate it. Any Other comments?
So, yes, could you resend me the Zoom information for the
Yeah, sure
past?
thing. I will.
All right, thank you.
Anyone else? If not, we thank you for joining us on tonight. We look forward to a meeting on next month, and there will be other things that we are planning for next month. We're trying to get a job fair together and our fall festival. So those are things that we're working on, and we will let you know as soon as we get it together, the dates. Thank you for joining, and we hope that you have a good evening.